Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the cottage. I'm Joey, the Veiled Cottage Witch. And today, I know it's late for Samhain, but I'm finally to pumpkin. And so I have a lot of folklore about pumpkin. I have a lot to tell you. So pumpkin is cucurbita pepo. So fun to say, I know. So the folk names are Pompion, and that's the older English version of pumpkin. Calabaza, which is used in some regions for a type of pumpkin. Calabash, which is a related term and the original Greek word for the type of gourd that pumpkin is based on. And of course, the jack-o'-lantern, a name that refers to the practice of carving pumpkins for Halloween, which originated from Irish and Scottish folklore. So we are going to put our knives in and open it up, scoop out the seeds, and see what we can see inside those pumpkins. And if that sounds good to you, stick around. You just might learn something new. So the name origin is very interesting. It originates from the Greek word pipon, meaning large melon. And this word was adopted into French as a pompon. You have to say it like that, pompon, which was then anglicized by English speakers to pompion, which does not sound fancy at all. So American colonists, they ruin everything, don't they, are credited with changing the word to its modern form, pumpkin, in the late 1600s, which doesn't sound very fancy at all. Pumpkin. You took all the fun out of it, So sit tight. We are about to get into some spooky, spooky stories. All right. So the legend of Stingy Jack is an Irish folktale about a man who in life was a notorious trickster who repeatedly tricked the devil. Upon his death, Jack is denied entry into both heaven and hell. Just setting you guys up for this. So the devil gives him a single burning coal to light his way through eternal darkness. Jack hollows out a turnip to use as a lantern and wanders the earth forever as Jack of the Lantern. This story is the origin of the tradition of making jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween. So here we go. In one version of the tale, Stingy Jack was drinking with the devil and tricked him into climbing a tree by promising him a drink. Jack then carved a cross into the tree, trapping the devil, and he made the devil promise him not to take his soul for 10 years in exchange for letting him down. When Jack died, he was denied entry into heaven because of his sinful life. He wasn't squeaky clean. He then went to hell, but the devil, bound by his promise, refused him entry there as well. So, there really wasn't any place for him to go. Banished to roam forever, Jack was given a burning ember from hell to light his way. He carved a turnip to hold the flame, and his haunting lantern lit form became known as Jack of the Lantern. So there's no electricity, and all you see on Halloween night is this burning ember inside a turnip heading toward you. That is nightmare fuel, you guys. Nightmare fuel. Okay, so the first jack-o'-lanterns in Ireland, people would carve their own scary faces into turnips and potatoes and place candles inside them to ward off the spirit of Stingy Jack and other evil spirits during Halloween. When Irish immigrants came to America, they found that pumpkins were much easier to carve and use them instead, creating the jack-o'-lanterns we know today. I have a friend who carved some turnips, and they looked scary, but they looked kind of awesome too. Now, in ancient Celtic lore, the focus was on the cycle of life and nature's bounty, particularly during Samhain, the festival marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. Although Celts originally carved turnips and other root vegetables as lanterns to ward off malevolent spirits, pumpkins replaced them over time, especially after the practice crossed to the Americas. So we didn't always carve pumpkins. So that's just a very recent thing. Now, for the Celts, the harvest itself was deeply symbolic, representing the balance between life and death. The pumpkin, being a fruit of the autumn harvest, symbolized abundance and the rewards of hard work, while also serving as a reminder of the lean times ahead. The magical qualities of pumpkins are perhaps best exemplified in fairy tales, where they served as symbols of transformation and hope. The most iconic example is Cinderella, the timeless story in which a humble pumpkin becomes a grand carriage through the wave of a fairy godmother's wand. This enchanting metamorphosis represents the possibility of change and the idea that even the most ordinary things can become extraordinary with a bit of magic. Now, Cinderella's pumpkin also symbolizes the fleeting nature of magical moments. As the clock strikes midnight, the carriage reverts to its original pumpkin form, a powerful reminder that even miracles have limits and that timing is everything. This connection to time underscores the pumpkin's symbolic ties to the cycles of life and change. In other folk tales, pumpkins appear as protective symbols, often carved to ward off evil spirits or used as a hiding place for treasures. Their hollow interior and sturdy exterior made them practical vessels, but in storytelling, this quality was often imbued with magical significance. The concept of the midnight pumpkin is deeply rooted in the idea of transformation and the transition between worlds. Midnight, often called the witching hour, is a time when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is believed to be the thinnest. The pumpkin, with its historical ties to protection and magic, becomes a focal point for these mysterious energies. In Cinderella, midnight marks the moment when the fairy godmother's spell is broken, a dramatic turning point that emphasizes the fragility of magical intervention. The image of a pumpkin left behind as the grand carriage fades into the night evokes both whimsy and poignancy, as it mirrors the way dreams can shimmer briefly before reality sets in. Beyond Cinderella, the pumpkin at midnight also finds its place in folklore and seasonal celebrations. On Halloween, jack-o'-lanterns, traditionally carved from pumpkins, are lit as a beacon of protection and a guide for wandering spirits. So there's so many different ways that you can see the pumpkin. And with the story of Cinderella, it's of magic and hope. And in the story of Stingy Jack, it's of protection, but before it was protection, it was a sign of the devil. So there's so many different ways and metamorphosis that the pumpkin has gone through. So I just thought that's so fascinating. Now, in some belief systems, the seeds of the pumpkin were used in fertility rituals, and the pumpkin itself was seen as a symbol of potential and new beginnings. In some Eastern European countries, like Romania, placing a pumpkin in the home was believed to protect against bad luck and evil spirits. In Native American tribes who cultivated pumpkins for thousands of years had their own rich traditions. For example, some Pueblo tribes have a pumpkin flower dance, and the Navajo, Hopi, and Pueblo tribes recognize the pumpkin as a clan symbol. So this was something very, very sacred to them. So, medicinal properties. Pumpkin is a good source of antioxidants, including beta carotene, vitamin C, and lutein. These antioxidants help protect cells from damage caused by free radicals, reducing the risk of chronic diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and age-related macular degeneration. Pumpkin also contains potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure. It also provides fiber, which lowers cholesterol levels and reduces the risk of heart disease. It provides vitamin C content in pumpkin supports a healthy immune system. It also contains zinc and iron, which are essential for immune function. Pumpkin is a good source of fiber, which promotes regular bowel movements and improves gut health. It contains pectin, a soluble fiber that helps soothe and protect the digestive tract. Pumpkin contains antioxidants and phytochemicals that have anti-inflammatory effects. This can help reduce pain and swelling associated with conditions such as arthritis and gout. Pumpkin seeds are believed to improve prostate health and reduce urinary tract infections. Pumpkin oil is used topically to treat skin conditions such as eczema and psoriasis. Pumpkin extract has been shown to have anti-cancer properties in some studies. Now, while pumpkin has numerous potential health benefits, it is important to consult with a healthcare professional before using it for medicinal purposes. Pumpkin may interact with certain medications or have adverse effect in some individuals. So always check with your doctor. Now, magical properties. The element is water. The planet is the moon. The energy is receptive, and the day it is most potent is Monday. The pumpkin holds a stable, positive energy. So whatever you program it for, whatever you're using it for, it is stable, it has a strong energy, and usually doesn't stop until you tell it to, which is awesome. Place a small pumpkin on your altar, hearth, or doorstep to draw abundance into your home. Pumpkin flesh holds energy to fortify health, cheer the spirit, and attract prosperity. The scent of baking pumpkin holds the power to cheer and comfort. Bake a loaf of pumpkin bread. This is the one I want right here. This one. So get my address and send it to me. This one right here. And share it with someone downhearted to lift their mood and improve their overall outlook. Make a batch of pumpkin cookies. Again, these right here. And give them to elicit fondness. Mix a cup of cooked pumpkin with cardamom, cinnamon, and maple syrup. Yum! And serve it to compel a favor. So if you want to make me that, I might be compelled to send you something, right? All right. Light a pumpkin-scented candle before guests arrive to make the gathering festive and fun. The scent will drive away negative energy and make your home warm and inviting. Everybody loves pumpkin scented everything. Symbolizing the bounty of the harvest, pumpkins are used in spells for attracting prosperity, abundance, and good fortune. They are deeply connected to the earth, representing sustenance and nourishment. In some traditions, pumpkins are seen as protective symbols from other worlds or the spirit world. Pumpkins are associated with the feminine and nurturing energy due to the growth from seeds and connection to the earth. In some African diaspora religions, they are linked to the goddess of fertility and love, Ocean. So, as a symbol of autumn, pumpkins embody the energy of change and can be used in spells for personal growth and navigating life transitions. Due to their folklore connections, particularly with the thinning veil during Samhain, pumpkins can be used in divination practices and rituals to connect with ancestors and spirits. I use my pumpkin in pumpkin seeds like these, and I dug up a spell for you guys. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? Of course. All right. So you will need 3 dried pumpkin seeds and a flowing body of water. If you live someplace that doesn't have a flowing body of water, you can use moon water on a full moon. I got you back. All right. So the first thing you do, on each of the seeds, write one word that is directly related to your wish or desire. And at the time of the full moon, take your seeds out to the area you have chosen or out under the full moon. Hold your seeds in your hand and imbue them with your intent. Program your seeds with your desire by breathing on them with your energy or whispering your wish to them. My favorite thing to do is whisper to them, and I whisper, "You will make me prosperous." Just like that. I just tell them what they're going to do. And then toss your seeds into the water and allow them to float away or let them sit overnight in your moon water, and then bury them on your property in the morning. That's it. And then you just wait for your prosperity to grow or whatever it is that you whispered your intent into them. And that's it. You guys, I don't make complicated spells because I don't do complicated spells. I am turning 51 next month. And since I've turned 18, never, ever have I done a complicated spell. If it's more than, if I start to go, really, then I won't do it. I won't do it. It's too complicated. I'm a folk witch. I like easy. I spit on them and I bury them or whatever, so I don't do complicated spells. I make my own, or I'll do something easy like this, but less is more. Less is more. All right. Personal uses. I have dog treats that my wife made, and she puts pumpkins in these. If you guys have little doggos, then these will be your best friends. It's okay, I will read what my wife wrote because I will get it wrong if I try to summarize. When your best bud is acting a bit nervous or having trouble settling down, give them this tasty treat. And it's made with wheat flour, pumpkin, flax, water, and a little bit of basil. Basil helps reduce stress and anxiety. We learned that, right? It is also a good source of vitamins and minerals. And we know it's an antioxidant. And we know it's a good source of potassium and all those good other things that I just said, right? Beta carotene, all of that good stuff. So you can find the sweet pea. I'll show it to you and I will put that hyperlink down in the description box. So other than that, fertility spells, I did have them up here. But as you see, I need to collect more. So that and fertility spells, that's really all I do unless I'm baking. I love pies. I love pumpkin pie. I love pumpkin cookies. I love pumpkin bread. I will be awaiting for my pumpkin treats. So if y'all ask me, I'll give you the recipe. So that was pumpkin. You know, quick and easy, and some cute little stories there for you. I still think I'm missing one, but nope. I think I told you all everything. Yep. All right. So please visit my website at theveiledcottagewitch.com. You can book a reading with my reader, Bobby Fierro, at Wild Raven Tarot here on YouTube. Amazing channel, amazing reader, amazing friend. So check him out. On my website, you can stop by the shop, and then you can go and look at all my holistic healing and all of my magical and spell supplies. And then you can either sign up for a reading, sign up for a class, sign up for upcoming workshops. We don't have any on there right now, but look towards the first of the year, we'll get them back on there. It's just been a wild ride these past couple weeks. So be sure to check those out. If you guys do purchase, be sure at checkout, you have to do it at the checkout. Punch in the code word, all caps veiled, to get your free shipping. That is really big discount and my gift from me to you just for watching my channel. So don't forget to do that. Please give this video a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I have some interesting topics that I want to address, so we'll be doing something a little bit off the beaten path, so to speak. So I have some things that I'd like to talk about. So we'll be doing that a little bit too. If you'd like to financially support this channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee. All the details are down below, or you could just scan this QR code here, but absolutely no pressure. Just live your best life and live for yourself. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.